And we are here with no stranger to TSPN, I must say.
Good morning, Cam. How are you?
Good. Stuart London, local handyman. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Life is good. Business is crazy. I'm just running. So I want to talk about safety in the home and outside of the home.
Okay. We'll start inside.
Okay. First thing most people I know do when they get up in the morning is they go and they use this along with the toilet that's attached to it. So I have a customer who I put a new toilet in for recently, and she said, "Stuart, I don't want a toilet seat where I need a seat belt." And I'm like, "Well, what are you talking about?" She says, "Well, those plastic toilet seats, you buy them at the big box store, and they wobble all over the place." So I came up with this particular toilet seat. The brand is Bemis, and it's painted wood, although it looks plastic. They last a really long time, and the way they connect is very cool. This bolt goes into the toilet, and then with a real quick maneuver, it seats, and we lock it in. And once that's locked in on both sides, that toilet seat barely moves a quarter inch left and right. So that is huge, and it's safe, and that way people can use the commode and not feel like they're going to slide off into oblivion.
You're not trying to do the twist and shout dance as you get off. That probably wouldn't be a safe thing if you were maybe elderly and to kind of slip and move.
Exactly. And as you know, Amador County does have a lot of elderly people. So along with that, a lot of my customers ask for a grab bar. They're available in the brushed nickel and painted, and even in the anodized bronze, some of the newer finishes that are out there. And if you remember a few years back, we did a demonstration of how these, if mounted improperly, you grab right on it and it just tears the sheetrock out of the wall. So we can mount these inside of showers. We can mount them just outside the shower. There's usually a stud. So getting in and out, because most tubs, you've got to lift your leg real high again. As a senior or as somebody that may have had a surgery, neck, back injury, a hip injury, this really facilitates things. Now, in tiles showers, we can put them in almost anywhere. But in a fiberglass shower, there's no backing. So a lot of times what we have to do is go in through the wall behind it, open it up, put some support in there, backing, and then when we drill through the fiberglass, we're actually securing to wood and the existing studs. So that gives us a good, safe grab hold for safe egress and entry.
You had that. You talk about studs and that grip that I saw you had on there. I was thinking, wow, Stuart, you're a stud handyman, I must say.
I try. Okay, so you know, I almost always talk about smoke detectors and other home safety items. I go into so many houses, and here's the smoke detector, and this is what's on the ceiling.
Not gonna work.
Well, the wires are hanging out as well. Okay, so if your smoke detector is more than 10 years old, we recommend that you should replace it. If you've had false alarms, chirps, if it's yellow or brown, okay, it's time to replace it. Don't just paint it. Oh, you can't paint them, but don't paint it, just replace it. And a new smoke detector like this, they run about $24 a piece, and then the installation, and we can replace them in the entire house. Now, a lot of our older homes in Amador County and Calaveras County only have like one in the hallway, but the new codes require one in every bedroom and a carbon monoxide detector such as this, and that one's cool because it plugs in, and it has, hold that, thank you, and it also has a battery backup. So if the power goes out in the winter, we're using our wood stove, we've got the protection there for carbon monoxide. So with these units, the hardwired ones we can replace, and if we don't have hard wires in all the bedrooms, First Alert makes a 10-year unit. It's about the same size as this. It has a lithium battery. We pop the battery in, and that thing is good for 10 years.
Wow.
After 10 years, we toss it, we put a new one in. Okay? This is a combination unit, and it is smoke and carbon monoxide. The newer codes call for carbon monoxide detectors in all houses, and this is something that we put into a lot of homes, especially when we put in water heaters. When the inspectors come in, they want to make sure that the house is up to code on the safety items. So they will check to make sure that we have smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. So we just put one of these in a doctor's office after we installed the water heater, and that's actually getting inspected on Monday. These run about $50 to $60. Homeowners can do it themselves. The instructions are very straightforward, and these actually talk to you, which is very cool. So You can actually
Somebody's
program
talking
it.
to me.
You can program this so that I'm going to be the straight guy and you'll be the comedy guy, right? So you can program it so it'll say living room, and then it actually speaks out such as danger, smoke, danger, or danger Will Robinson, right?
Right, you need to program it so you can say, you need Stuart Lennon to come service your house.
You know, I need to contact this first alert and do that. So moving outside of the home, again, trash around the house, overgrown brush, make at least the entry paths and around the house safe. So if you hear a noise at night or you're just outside enjoying, this weekend it's going to be pretty hot, so you may not be outside enjoying the weather, but during the week and when the weather is nice, you're going to go outside. We've got the newest generation of these lights are LEDs. This particular one says it has 240-degree range, and you think about it, well, that's almost a complete circle.
It's behind you.
But if we mount it up high, the range is also down to the house. Most of these newer units are LEDs. They save a ton of money, and they can be set up on a dusk to dawn, which a lot of people like that. When they're on the dusk to dawn mode, they dim. So they have a low light setting, and then when somebody walks by or a deer shows up on the property. By the way, I saw that bear in Pine Grove just last week. I got pictures of him.
I did. I saw that on Facebook.
Okay. Was it my picture that Christine
I know
posted?
Yeah, Christine posted.
Okay.
A few people had. There was a mountain lion in Sutter Creek, and there was a bear, and that kind of segues into this product you hear. Secure Home is the brand. And that is a security device as well as a safety device.
Right. Because you can stay in the house and look out and you see something that's on four legs that's rather large. You may not choose to go outside and then investigate right at that moment.
And whether it be a mountain lion or a possible thief or something, when the lights come on, usually if you're not supposed to be there, you're splitting.
Right. So most of the time the people scatter. And that's all we want. We want people to be safe in their homes, to feel safe and comfortable. So that's why the whole entourage today is based on home safety. As a plumber, I can't not talk about water conservation. We've got a toilet seat. I was going to bring toilets in, but we don't have really any room. I was going to bring a new toilet in, so no rubber gloves this time, okay? So
I was like, ooh.
So with the
She brought in those gloves. I was like, this doesn't look like it's going to go well.
So with the new toilets, the government has regulated the new toilets are 1.28 gallons. The new toilets do flush well, okay? If you've got an old toilet that's 5, 6, 7 gallons, we can put a new toilet in. Now, you buy them at the big box store, you go, Stuart, why is your toilet so expensive? Because the toilets I put in have a better warranty. For instance, there's an American Standard that we're putting in right now, 10-year warranty on the insides, where most of the others have a 1-year warranty.
Real quick, I wanted to say, your truck, you're a plumber, your truck loaded with supplies. So if you call somebody out to the job that's not equipped with a truck full of fittings and pipes and supplies like you are, they run out, they go back to the store, they come back to your house, you're paying for their time. A lot of times you've got the part already on your truck. So you're there, you know what you need, you run out to your truck, you're not running 20 minutes to the hardware store. You're running to your truck and getting the part.
That is correct most of the time. Obviously, we always run into situations like when we were at your house a few years ago, we replaced all those valves and cartridges in the faucets. I only had 2 or 3 on the truck. We ended up replacing 5, I think.
Right.
But that is correct. Most of the time, we have the stuff for the basic repairs, and I try to pre-qualify my customers. And what I mean by that is I try to find out what we're doing. We're going to put in a ceiling fan. We're going to replace a kitchen faucet and a toilet seat. So we bring all those supplies and any stuff that's in the gray area with us just to avoid that wasted time.
Perfect. Stuart, your trademark, we call back and show up. Let's give out your phone number.
296-3613.
And in an emergency on a 24-hour number?
304-2199.
Great. Stuart, thanks for coming to the studio. Always a pleasure.
Thank you
We're going to switch it over. Susie.